Hello everybody, this is StockerFinance. I'm your host David Scheurer, and today we're going to be talking about Tesla and why it's an energy company and not just an automobile company. Let's get into it. Alright, so first off, most of the majority of Tesla's revenue does come from auto, so to call it an auto company is pretty accurate. However, what I think really separates Tesla from all the other auto companies is the fact that it's not just an auto company, it's an energy company, and it really is a full circle to it. So we're running across this great comment on YouTube comment section. It was under this Tesla video. And he said Tesla is an energy company in 4 parts. Number 1, consumption, EVs. Number 2, distribution, superchargers. Number 3, storage, batteries, including in cars. And number 4, generation, panels and the solar roofs. So if you're going to put this in order, I think it'd be the other way around. It'd be first off, you start out generating solar from the solar panels or the solar roofs. It goes into the storage, into the batteries, into superchargers. And number 3, it gets distributed into the cars, and then very last one, your car goes ahead and uses up that energy. So that is the full circle of Tesla, the full renewable circle there. It's pretty incredible, this kind of master plan Elon has designed here. But I think what's really important about this is just how different this is than all other auto companies. When you go buy a car from Ford or from GM or one of these gas-powered cars from a traditional auto manufacturer, you're getting the car, that's it. That's all there is to it. They don't really have much else besides charging you for a lot of service, etc. With Tesla, it's not just it's a diverse company. You have the energy sector, which is you have solar panels, you have the solar roof, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. And then all of that kind of funnels into creating energy, and you're creating, your full Tesla system that you can have in place to where you're going to have a 100% renewable home. Your car will drive itself around and eventually possibly earn money for you as well with the rideshare program. And it's all powered by electricity, and it's, no gas, which is incredible. So zero emissions. So I think the big thing from a business standpoint here is, can they grow the energy sector? Because let's go ahead and look at how they're how it's comparing to the automobile section of their company. So first off, we go to Hypercharts here, and if you don't know what Hypercharts is, it's awesome. It's a company owned by Hyperchange over there. So first off, let's go look at the revenue segments here. Let's look at auto. Obviously, auto's in blue here, energy's in red, and then service/other is in yellow. And as you can tell, energy is incredibly small. It's actually less than service even. So can they grow this? Will it be able to grow? I actually think so. In fact, I actually think energy will grow to be almost as big as the auto segment. Or maybe not as large, but if it doesn't get as large, it's going to grow just as fast or faster. We've actually seen the decline in, solar panels and in that sector, in their sales, etc., because of how they, took their website down. They're really only selling to commercial clients, etc. And now they have a new website back up. The solar roof is coming back out full force. And I think we're going to see a massive ramp up in this entire sector. They're projected to go up nearly 50% in 2020. I think it could actually be much more. And it's pretty incredible. A lot of people are desiring an affordable roof or a way to produce energy for their home, and for homesteads especially is what I think is going to be one of the main buyers. Is people who don't want to be off the grid. They don't want to have to deal with the electric companies, etc. They want to live off the grid, have their solar roof, have their car, have their battery packs, etc. And they can live completely separate and not have to deal with all these electric bills, all these companies, etc. They can just live solely on their own. And I think it's difficult to do that with solar panels. And I'm not sure about the difference of how much how much energy each one creates. If the solar roof creates actually more energy, I think it would, because it's more surface area. But if anyone knows that, please tell me in the comments below. But I think the really interesting thing here is just that Tesla is a very diverse company, and that's why I've been so bullish on Tesla. And I think it's one of the very overlooked parts of Tesla as a company. A lot of people look at Tesla and they say, oh, this auto company is going under. It's, its cars aren't going to sell. The cars have no demand. And they're forgetting, wait a minute. Even if hypothetically their cars didn't have demand, their solar and their solar roof, their entire energy sector has a lot of demand still. A lot of people want that. There's a lot of incentives. There's a lot of government incentives behind it with subsidies and tax write-offs as well. So in my opinion, we're going to see the energy sector of Tesla grow tremendously in the next few years, faster than the auto sector. I can't talk today apparently, of Tesla. And it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. But I think the demand for the entire energy sector of Tesla, and I think the growth of it, is going to be crazy, and I don't think a lot of people are prepared for how much it's going to grow, and I think it's being very overlooked. And as you can tell in the revenue segments, it makes sense why it's overlooked, because it's such a small part of revenue right now for Tesla. But I think that's going to grow. Right now they're doing $436 million in sales and energy. I think that could easily be $1 billion. I think solar is going to be much larger than the service section. I think it's going to be about a quarter of the entire company's revenue in the next 5 years, just based on the fact that so many, that the solar roofs, the batteries, the technology behind all of it, and just the full circle again, the full Tesla circle here from, if we go back to that YouTube comment with consumption, distribution, storage, generation. Elon's main goal is for everyone to have this, I guess, Tesla package. And it seems to me like more and more people, and the data shows that more and more people are adapting and moving towards this sort of Tesla package. We're seeing pretty much no competition from anyone else that has this sort of entire, wheel. Ford hardly coming out. They've come out with EVs, but they're not an energy company at all. GM, same thing. Even, a lot of the Japanese auto manufacturers, they're really not competing with Tesla at all when it comes to EVs, as well as in the energy sector. So it's going to be interesting to see how this grows out. I have some questions for you guys. What do you think? What are your predictions for the growth of the energy sector compared to the auto company? How fast do you think it's going to grow? And do you think it'll be a substantial amount? As I said, I think it'll be about a quarter of all of Tesla's revenue in the next 5 years. Do you think that's way too high? Do you think that's too low? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.